This is a retelling of the story Epossumondas that's written by Coleen Salley. Epossumondas was his mama's and his auntie's sweet little patootie. Epossumondas would almost every day go to his auntie's, and his auntie would almost always send him something home to take to his mama. One day, Epossumondas went to visit his auntie, and his auntie gave him a piece of rich golden cake. Epossumondas scrunched it up in his hands and carried it on home. On his way home, he met Alligator, and Alligator said, "What you got there, Epossumondas?" "Cake," said Epossumondas. "That don't look much like cake to me," said Alligator. Epossumondas continued on his way home, and when he got home, his mama said, "What you got scrunched up in your hands?" "Cake," said Epossumondas. "Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, you do not have the sense you were born with. That's no way to bring home cake. The way you carry cake is you put the cake on your head, then you put a hat on, and then you come on home. Do you got that, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mama." So by and by, Epossumondas went another day to visit his auntie, and this time his auntie gave him a pound of freshly churned butter. So Epossumondas took the butter, put it on top of his head, put his hat on top, and went on home. On his way home, he met Raccoon, and Raccoon said, "Epossumondas, what you got?" And Epossumondas said, "Butter." "That don't look like butter." So Epossumondas continued on his way home. When he got home, his mama saw him, and there was butter melting down his face. And she said, "Epossumondas, what have you got?" "Butter. Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, you do not have the sense you were born with. That is not the way to bring home butter. The way you bring home butter is you wrap it in some leaves, then you take it down to the brook and you cool it in the water, and you cool it in the water, and you cool it in the water, and then you bring it on home. Do you got that, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mama." So then Epossumondas another day went to visit his auntie, and this time his auntie gave him a puppy. And Epossumondas took that puppy, wrapped it up in some leaves, took it to the brook, and cooled him in the water, and cooled him in the water, and cooled him in the water, and then carried him on home. On his way home, Epossumondas ran into Nutria, and Nutria said, "What you got there, Epossumondas?" "A puppy." "That don't look like a puppy to me." Epossumondas continued on his way home, and when he got home, his mama looked at him with this bedraggled, wet puppy and said, "Epossumondas, what have you got?" "Puppy." "Well, Auntie gave it to me." "Oh, Epossumondas, that is not the way you bring home a puppy. The way you bring home a puppy is you put the puppy on the ground, you tie a string around its neck, then you pick up the other end of the string and you bring it on home. Do you got that, Epossumondas?" "Yes, Mama." So by and by, Epossumondas went again to visit his auntie. This time his auntie gave him a loaf of freshly baked bread. So Epossumondas put it on the ground, tied a string around it, picked up the other end of the string, and carried it on his way and pulled it all on his way home. On his way home, he met Armadillo, and Armadillo said, "What you got there, Epossumondas?" "Bread. That don't look like bread." Epossumondas continued on his way home. And when Mama saw him, "Epossumondas, Epossumondas, you don't have the sense you were born with. You never did have the sense you were born with. You never will have the sense you were born with. That is it. I am not sending you to go visit your auntie anymore and bring things home. I'll go get them myself." "Yes, Mama." So Mama got her hat and her stuff ready to go visit Auntie. And she said to Epossumondas, "Epossumondas, do you see those pies? They're cooling on the porch." And Epossumondas said, "Yes, Mama." And Mama said, "Will you be careful about stepping in on those pies?" "Yes, Mama." So Mama went to visit Auntie, and Epossumondas was very careful stepping into each of the middle of 6 pies.